Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So I trust you've all heard of the fear of missing out, and that's exactly what I did yesterday. So call the trade in the Telegram channel. If you haven't joined the Telegram channel, the link is in the description below. And we took a small position, and I'll run through it in those lower time frames. Put the rest of my position on at what I assumed was a level, and then missed out on the actual level. So we'll get to that later on when I get to the lower time frames. But yesterday we had a little bit of it's not called a sell-off, but a little bit of a drifting lower into structure. So there's two levels here. So the first one is this area up here, which is 39.35, call it. And then we have this one here, which is 39.21. So that's a zone that we need to be paying attention to at the moment. So if we come down to the 3 hour, you'll see we had some buyers on this bar here, pretty much off the level, and I'm going to use this one here just to highlight that swing high there, because that's where the buyers came in. Okay, so pretty much what happened is we drifted lower. There was a gap, it was a weekly gap, it was always going to close, which it did close. There was a little gap below it, which was on this level, and I'll show you that on the lower time frames, which also closed, but the main level is pretty much in this zone here. Okay, now one thing that is interesting me on this at the moment is the diversions. Look there, so you can see that lines up with the low of price, and then look at this low at the moment of where we are. When the oscillators drift apart like this and sort of cross over far apart, that is always indication of a fairly strong move. Okay, here it is here. You can see oscillators are far apart, crossed over, and then look what transpired after that. So just bear that in mind. I do believe we're looking for longs. It's just the area that we should be looking, which is important. Right, so let's get back to the review of the trade first yesterday. So first mistake is looking for an opportunity on the top of the channel, where we know a channel break has got a very low probability of playing out. So that's the first error. Second error is treating the gap as a level. It's not a level. Okay, the gap is a magnet, never is a level. And I keep preaching that, but obviously it doesn't quite sink into my own head. The reality of this setup here is this was the opportunity to buy into, 39.34, and this was an opportunity to buy into as well. And I'm just going to put that right on. We can actually do it like that. So you can see which level is stronger, that one, this one, or this one. So these two levels here are obviously stronger. Okay, so that is the actual area that we should have bought into. It was down here. This was maybe a small scale in, but the bigger entry should have been off the level at the bottom here. Okay, yeah, granted it was right at the end of the trading session, so probably wouldn't have got into that, so just waited for this, but definitely would have been looking at it today as an opportunity. So that being said, it is still an opportunity. I am in this trade still. Stop is below the swing low of Friday, as I said in the Telegram channel, and we'll see how this plays out today. If we do start dropping lower, I'll more than likely get out of the trade. I'm not really interested in taking that pain all the way down to the stop, but the divergence is interesting me, and there's a lot that is looking fairly interesting on the chart. So I just want to highlight something on the 15 minutes here. So you can see we drifted lower, but then going at the close there was complete confusion. What's actually going on? Asian session is very thin at the moment. We've got Chinese New Year, so it is very, very thin right now. I don't think it's gonna, the Asian session is probably only going to pick up next week, but at the moment, now we had a bit of a gap down and moves the upside. So there hasn't been significant moves from a percentage wise. If you look at what the market was down yesterday, so the S&P itself, it kind of hovered. There's nothing really you can write into that. So the US futures is down 0.04 at the moment. S&P closed 0.14 up. So, there's no movement. It's actually, we are moving. We're basically moving sideways. The fact that we're day trading, like we should be picking up a lot of these moves, is what makes it seem like there's a lot more on offer at the moment. But the reality is we are going sideways. You basically need to just zoom out like that, and you'll see we've been going sideways for 6 days now. Okay, I'm still of the opinion we are just consolidating, building for 4,000, and that is my ultimate goal in this at the moment. But we do need to break above this 8-hour level here, which is 39.35. We need to get above that in order for us to get a continuation to the upside. So that's kind of my view at the moment. A little bit annoyed with myself that I don't follow my own rules, but that's what we all do. And the trick is just to try and force it into your brain to follow the rules and don't get greedy. And that's pretty much what happened with me. My first entry was right at the top. So it was pretty much on these pin bars here. We tested, we had a pin bar, was on the 15-minute, took a small position because I knew that there was a gap below. Got to the gap, and you can see there's the 15-minute gap, the smaller gap there, and then jumped in at 39.37 area, 39.35 area I think it was. So not too bad, but that was the correct entry down there. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me at the moment. I am in on the trade. I am still looking for longs, and this is the zone that we're looking for. So between 39.35 and 39.22, that's the area that I'm paying attention to. If we can break above it and retest, I'll be a lot more comfortable and move my stop up, because that would indicate that I've got it right. At the moment, not entirely sure whether we have it right, but we'll have to wait for Europe's open, and I have a sneaky suspicion Europe is going to be flat. So we're going to be flat, and then we're going to have to wait for the US Open and see what happens there. But anyway, that's my view at the moment. Hope it helps you, and we will catch up with you bright and breezy in the morning. Cheers for now.